Good morning everyone, Mrs Slaw here, with Mrs Slaw Cam, so anything could happen. Thank you so much for all the lovely New Year's messages that you've sent to us on YouTube, Facebook and Instagram. We've really enjoyed reading them and I hope that I've managed to reply to each and every one of you. We really do appreciate all the messages that you send us. Sadly, it's not been a happy start to 2024 for us. It all started well. As usual, we were up at the Huntsman Inn, our local hotel, high above Home Firth on the moors. We met some subscribers, Nick and Julie, lovely to meet you two as well. ABBA played, it was a great night. Next morning, into the pub, and we had breakfast with our friends. Again, all well, all was well. But walking back across the car park to Helga, Slaw started with chest pain, and it all went downhill from there. You'll remember from our vlogs that Slaw had chest pain in France in June this year. So we had to come home early, and he had another stent fitted in July. Well, he started with pain again in November in Blackpool. Slaw was managing the pain, and he was having tests. He was taking it steady, and would you believe he hardly drank on New Year's Eve. On New Year's Day, we had breakfast with the gang in the hotel, and we thought everything was okay. We'd had a good evening, we had a good breakfast, but walking back to Helga, he started with chest pain again. By the time we got home, he was struggling to walk upstairs. He used his GTN spray, but he was having pain without any exertion. So we called for an ambulance. It was New Year's Day and it was really busy, and it took 2 hours for the ambulance crew to arrive. But they were great, really good with Slaw, and they decided that he needed to go to hospital. So off we went. He went in the ambulance, I followed on in the car, and it was 10 hours in A&E. 10 hours before they finally admitted him to a ward. He was kept stable in hospital while they waited to get the test results that had been done in Leeds in December. Those results came through 3 days later and showed that there was no problem with the left side of his heart. And I cannot tell you the relief, because the professionals call the left side the widowmaker. But it did show a problem with the right coronary artery, and they made the decision that they needed to do another angiogram. Now, Slaw does have cardiac history, and he's had 5 angiograms before, so this one was number 6. We thought we'd have to wait about 4 or 5 days for the angiogram because the hospital was so busy, and also we're in the middle of a junior doctor strike. But would you believe it? From that decision being made, the angiogram took place the very next day. Massive thanks to the NHS staff, particularly the staff on Ward 6C at Calderdale. They have really, really looked after Slaw well. He's now the proud owner of 8 stents and is known in our gang as the stent collector. Hello?
Hello. I'm back. Repaired. And back out. And what a relief. What a relief. Yeah. Stent number 8. Unfortunately for me, it's hereditary. My dad died at 53 in 1993. They didn't know what was happening. And his cousin at 39. So I had a heart attack when I was 44. So did my little brother. He's got 1 stent. I've now got 8. So might look on the vlogs that we're always drinking and eating food that's not right, but you don't see us off camera. And we're off camera more than we're on camera, so, you know.
I do look after him, I do cook him good food.
She does look after me, she does cook good food. We don't eat processed food, or very rarely.
We don't eat pies at home. I know I'm a pie monster, but we don't have them at home.
It's just one of those things, you know. nothing I can do about it. I've just got to get on with it and try and slow it down. So 2024 is hopefully going to be a better year than 2023.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're going to hopefully give you guys some good things to watch.
People have been asking us where we're going this year, and we haven't been able to do anything because we knew that Slaw would need some surgery. So we've not planned anything. So where would you like to see us go this year? Drop us a comment and tell us, where do you think you'd like to see us go this year?
Yeah.
We've not got anything booked, so you never know. We might take you up on your offer.
Yeah. And to anybody, you know, when I had my procedure in July, my stenting in July, there was still an issue and they couldn't figure out what the issue was. So that's why I had further tests and then went downhill again. But it was on the same side where they'd stented, but further down. So I don't know whether it was missed or not, you know, at the time. Well, obviously it couldn't have been like it were then because I wouldn't have been able to. No,
and how badly narrowed? How badly narrowed was it?
It was 99% narrowed. So I consider myself a very lucky man.
Yeah. And I'm a very lucky lady.
If any of you guys and girls experiencing any chest pain, my advice, and I can't say it strong enough, if you're getting pain in the chest under exertion and it goes away when you stop, then I would suggest that you need to contact your doctor or ring 111 for advice. That's how I started this year on exertion, quite, you know, riding a bike, not just walking, and then I slowly got worse. But because I've got so many stents, I sort of hopefully know when I've got a problem. But if you guys haven't got if there's something there and you don't know what it is, just call 111 or speak to your doctor and get some tests done. It's the best thing you can do. If you experience chest pain under exertion and you stop and it doesn't go away, then you need to ring 999. And they won't be cross if it's nothing. It's safe than sorry. And it says it on the NHS sites, I believe. I've read it there.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, you've only got one heart. If it stops ticking, well, you know that. So anyway, on a lighter note, I've now got a little bit of, not rehab. I don't do cardio rehab anymore because I've done it so many times. I probably know better than them what to do. So I'm going to slowly work myself back in, but I've just got to be steady now for a while. You know, and just get myself back up, let me stent bed in. And then we'll crack on with some vlogging, Mrs. Slaw. Yeah?
We will indeed, we will indeed. We'll keep on the vlogging.
We'll bring the kids as well.
There's the babies.
Yep. Yeah. So New Year, I haven't seen any. This is the first time I've been out other than going home after New Year's Eve.
It is.
And having an ambulance trip.
So, our new year has just started. Happy New Year, Slaw.
Happy New Year, Mrs. Slaw.
We'll see you guys later.